The highest survivor win streak of 254 wins in a row with a 4-man has been lost. It was lost today on April 9th, and it was lost to a nurse on Larry's. This team is stacked with survivors. It consists of Angels, Wispy, Lusty, and Note. These are some of the best survivors I've ever seen, and some wonderful survivors in the comp scene as well. I have to say, this was a very, very intense game. I jumped in during Angel's stream halfway through this game, and I was witnessing a lot going on. I was very caught off guard to see 3 hook states at 5 gens and how much pressure this killer had on them. So I obviously had to stay in and watch. And I have to say, this has been one of the best nurse players I've ever seen in my entire life. And they are very, very good at the game. And it caught me off guard how often they landed their stuff, how pinpoint they were, but honestly, I don't have enough hours to know what a cheating nurse is like, or what like a bad nurse is, a good nurse is, because I don't play nurse that much, and I only have 3K hours. And like, they could have just amazing headset and be able to hear everything through walls. I don't know. The whole entire point of this story and this situation is this survivor group lost to this nurse. And there were a lot of calls and situations where it's like, oh, this person has walls. How do they find me here? They must have an aura reading ability. How do they have pinpoint location? How do they get me every single time? Now, a lot of it has to deal with the killer being on a higher ping, and also they were using what they called a plaid tech, and there's so many other things going to the situation. The whole idea is that they called this nurse a cheater. And the nurse was not anonymous, and is also involved in the comp scene. So it's a little bit difficult to say, were they cheating, were they not? There have been cheaters in the comp scene. There are so many things to go back and forth upon. We could go back and forth probably for the next 5 days straight if we truly wanted to. Because I know a lot of you probably already disagree with me and say, that nurse is a cheater, fair and square. I trust all of these survivors because they have a billion hours compared to this nurse. There's 4 of them. They all have the same experience. It's gotta be a cheater. As much as I would like to believe them, I can't. And the reason being isn't because I don't trust any of them. It's because how the game is designed. Stay with me. We don't have an anti-cheat system done well enough to counter this. There are so many situations in this game where survivors and killers cannot tell if someone is cheating. There literally is nothing to tell you that if it's skill or cheating at all. Like that one lucky guess of a prediction of teleporting on top of you, or that one lucky guess of maybe they found where your spawn was right away. Because I'm going to be honest, after playing this game for so long, you can try and you can get really used to where people spawn. And Nurse is a very, very, like, not fast killer, of course, but they can teleport, and depending on their spawn as well, they can reach you in an instant. But some people might just think it's walls. Again, the whole entire point of this is that we don't have an anti-cheat system that can actually help out in this situation. The best that we have is that they can report them, and then maybe wait a week or something, and hopefully a report comes through. If not, we can assume they're not cheating. But also that relies on the report system, and if you report multiple people during that week, if you go against multiple cheaters or possible cheaters, one of them might go through, and you don't know who that's going to be. So it could be the first person you reported, the second person, or the third person. You never know. Also, the only confirmation that we have personally as players in this game to see if anyone's cheating or not is PC checking. It is so sad to see that, because I love this game so much, and there are so many situations where you and me, all of us, have experienced, is that person cheating or not? And in higher elo, in higher MMR, this is literally the only way you can check. There's no other way, and it's very depressing to see. This small situation that I witnessed today was honestly so sad. And I keep on saying it because it tears apart the community. Do you guys realize how much back and forth it is, and it eats at each other? And we're hurting each other more than we're actually trying to get to the bigger issue here, which is all we need to do is say, hey, BHVR, would you guys be willing to maybe work on that anti-cheat system for us, help us out a little bit more, make these games a little bit smoother, and make it so these situations don't happen again? Because this stuff is so depressing to see. The amount of people that take sides are like, no, you're wrong, this nurse is amazing, this person's great, like, these survivors suck, stop coping. all of this stuff and rewatching the VODs, rewatching this, that, it's constant to find out who's correct. And the sad part is, again, we can only PC check. And imagine this, guys. This person had their name listed and everything, and I also know them a little bit, not really much, only played against them sometimes, and I know they're a really good nurse. They're fantastic. They're really kind, too. I never had a bad interaction with them, nor have I had bad interactions with any of these survivors. So I'm not saying anyone's mean here, no one's being hateful towards each other. It's just we can never tell if it's skill or cheating. It's such a sad thing. Hopefully, BHVR will maybe see this as a point and be able to learn from this and say, hey, well, this shows that we have to do something about this. They have done a lot for us recently. They have done so much. And I love them for that. I do. They have done a lot of updates with bug fixes, so Houndmaster's available now. A lot of cool stuff is coming for these lower ranked killers that are buffing them slightly, which will make a difference. But I really want them to look at the bigger idea here. How bad subtle cheaters are, or cheaters in general. Because even if this nurse wasn't cheating, the amount of anxiety all of these survivors have, and like, they don't have the ability to confirm anything. If this nurse was on anonymous mode or didn't say anything in endgame chat, I guarantee you this group of survivors would have said, that's a cheater. Look at the VOD. They didn't say anything. They're anonymous. We can only assume it's a cheater, and we'll go on with the streak. That's how it works. That's literally it. It's depressing because I don't mean to, I do mean to defend both parties, because all of this hate is going towards the nurse, and it's going to these survivors, and it just tears apart this community, and I hate to see it. I love this game. I love the people in here. I've made so many great friends being a part of this community and this group, and I hope for it to keep on getting better, keep growing, and just make more friends along the way. And this stuff, I really don't want to see keep on going forward. Hopefully you guys can see this video and maybe make more content about how these situations are horrible and how we need an anti-cheat system that'll help us. I love you, DBD. I love all you guys. Hopefully this brings some awareness to how bad these situations can be, and rather than just nitpicking at this situation itself. Really, this is how bad the cheating system is. I love you guys. Let's hope for an update.